This is so awesome that you guys are supporting so many businesses around here. I love listening to you guys. Every other week you have someone new on. I learn something new about our town, about the businesses, and just our culture in general. So you guys are doing an amazing job keeping us informed. Thank you.
All right. You ready? I'm ready.
And now it's time for everybody's favorite podcast, Meet Us on Main Street with Tia and Stacy.
Hello and welcome to this month's edition of Chamber Chatter.
Chamber Chatter.
Woo woo. It's the Meet Us on Main Street episode every month where we talk about all things Dunedin Chamber of Commerce related. We talk about chamber events, we talk to chamber members, and we tell you what's the haps within the Dunedin Chamber of Commerce. Hello, I am Stacy.
And I'm Tia, and I felt like that should have all been like flying by you on word bulletins while you were announcing it too.
That was also a very awkward intro that it jumped into. Hello, I'm Stacy.
Yeah, but it was just so complete. It was perfect. You just gave us our intro music and like da 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 da, and then it's like, "Hi, I'm Stacy, and I'm Tia, and we're here now to get serious and talk Dunedin Chamber."
Hey Tia, what's that? You're holding in your hand there?
Oh, this? Oh, It's just some of our new merchandise. It is a mug that says, "All the cool cats listen to Meet Us on Main Street," with my lovely studio cat, Goku. Team Goku over
Wow,
there.
that's amazing. Where can someone get an awesome mug like that?
Well, Stacy, if somebody wants an awesome mug like this, or one of our other equally awesome mugs with Cooper, the studio dog, on it, they can go ahead and visit the Dunedin Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center between the hours of 12 and 4.
Tuesday through Friday.
What she just said.
That's
we
right.
also have postcards.
We have a brand new Meet Us on Main Street podcast merchandise in the Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center. So if you would like to check that out and get yourself an awesome mug of your own with Goku or Cooper on it, we urge you to do so and tag us in whatever you post online, and we'll feature you on our Meet Us on Main Street social media.
And let us know if you are Team Goku or Team Cooper. I'm Team Goku.
I'm Team Cooper. We attended an in-person after-hours event.
I'm sorry, Stacy. Can you repeat that one more time? Did you say
had our
in-person?
First back in-person event since February. And it was a business after-hours at Hobb Brewing Company, sponsored by yours truly, Meet Us on Main Street. And it was a fantastic event. Tia, would you like to recap a little bit?
Sure. So we were, like Stacy said, we were the hosts of the show. So if you were there and you were drinking, that was on us. You're very welcome. We provided that for you, your intoxication. And then I went around getting interviews from a lot of different chamber members about the reason why they love being a part of the chamber and some of the benefits of it, and also why they love our podcast. So that will be on at the end of this episode. We're going to have a couple of those interviews, so stay tuned at the end and you'll be able to see if you made the cut into this Chamber Chatter episode. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm very happy. There was a good turnout, and Hobb has enough space to be socially distant. So it was very nice to be able to network in person again.
It was really good to see everyone. Some people I hadn't seen since February. So
February, yeah.
It was good to see everyone in person again. So if you were there, thanks so much for coming out. It was good to see you. And like Tia said, we'll be featuring possibly your interview at the end of this episode.
So we also had our first DCYP, the Dunedin Chamber Young Professionals after hours at Dunedin Hemp Company / Dunedin Candle Company. They did a little mini market side. People got to try some kratom, got to bring home some pre-rolls, got to get some free sniffs at the candle store next door. and it was a really good turnout. So very successful. A+ for our first after hours.
And then also in September, we had a ribbon cutting, which was another first in a while for Nurture Chiropractic and Family Wellness. And we did a Facebook Live. It was a virtual ribbon cutting. So congratulations to Dr. Erin Wadlin on her new business. And then we had a Coffee Break Academy with Danielle Duffy from Think Tank HR, who talked about the differences between 1099 employees and W-2 employees. It was very helpful for all 1099 employees out there. And if you have, W-2 employees or 1099 employees, if you're an employer rather, there's some helpful tips, and that video recording of the Coffee Break Academy is on our YouTube channel, so you still can check that out.
I really enjoyed it because I am a 1099 plus I in the future would like to hire 1099s. So she really gave information on the pros and cons of doing it both ways. So definitely something I've just been like, oh, I'm a 1099. Cool. I don't get benefits.
Yeah. All right. And this month we've got some new members. So welcome to the Chamber. Social member Ken Carson, C Architecture LLC, Dunedin Pet Supply, Upwork, The Wild Iris Cafe, Beauty on Broadway, Local Union LLC, and Cole Creative Company Branding Studio. Welcome to the Dunedin Chamber of Commerce.
Yay. You get to listen to this podcast for free. It's a free, that's a perk of your membership.
That's a benefit. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Added benefit.
All right. Well, on this episode of Chamber Chatter, our guest is Carol Moorhead of the Dog-Tog. Stay tuned. And on our show today, we have Carol Moorhead, the Dog-Tog. Hey, Carol, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for being on the show today. We're so excited to have you here and to talk about you and all the puppers you work with.
That's the best part. All the dogs. And I love that in the background you have a bunch of dogs that I can also just stare at. So if you're like, Tia, this is the question, you'll just know that I'm staring at dogs. And yeah, exactly. Give me one of these in front of it.
Yeah,
got you.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with you and tell you right now, Carol, that the entire time I'm going to be looking at the dogs behind you.
I mean, I didn't actually have to put on makeup for the show.
Exactly.
It saved me like an hour.
Yeah, we're actually just going to zoom right into the dogs as well in the background. No, just kidding.
Cool.
We're going to cut your face out and put a dog there. Just
There you go.
It's getting worse.
I should have thought of that.
So, Carol, tell us a little bit about your business, Dog-Tog.
So I'm a pet photographer, if you can't tell by the title. I just recently changed it when we moved here last May. I started the business under Carol Moorhead Photography, and I was getting like phone calls for weddings, and seniors and babies and passports. And I'm like, I guess it's not really, defining what I do. So I decided to grab the DBA of Dog-Tog. And so I take pictures of dogs. I also take pictures of horses as well. And if you can see right up there, maybe not.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, the people listening are going, what is she showing them? I don't know.
We do it on video.
Yeah, they'll just have to check out the video
They'll have to
too.
check out the YouTube.
There's a horse. I started, started running a studio in January. And so I do studio work too, and outdoor or on location photography of dogs and horses.
I love the photos of the dogs on the beach, and I'm just thinking of how many challenges you work with, because not only do you have dogs who are automatically distracted no matter what, but then throw the beach in there where there are so many other distractions. Like, wow. I have questions like, are you the dog whisperer also? Not to infringe on Cesar Milan.
Yeah, I've been called a dog whisperer. I've been referred to as, wow, he doesn't like anybody and he loves you. Yeah, so I have lots of tricks that I bring to the table in order to get expression. Expression is awesome in photos of dogs. And bringing them especially to like a public beach it can have its challenges, but I think the tricks that I have really help bring in that contact, and they just really pay attention.
I think that's why it's a good thing. Like, well, that's why I like how Stacy introduced you as the Dog-Tog, because you could totally embrace that as like, I am the Dog-Tog, like instead of like the dog whisperer, that could be your own name. Like, I'm the Dog-Tog. Like,
He's
that's
the dog
who I
whisperer.
am.
I'm the Dog-Tog.
When we did first day of school pictures for our pets the other day, and I asked Stacy to get pictures of the dogs. And she's like, she texts me and she goes, I have a whole new respect for what Carol does, because this was the biggest pain in the ass to get these 2 dogs. And it's a perfect picture. Like, they're all so sweet, but she's like,
You don't know how many
how you
pictures
do it.
I took before then and how many treats I gave them during that. And it still wasn't as perfect as I wanted it to be, because I wanted to show I had like a backpack in the background and a lunchbox,
Right.
but they ended up blocking them. So
you're like, whatever.
I gave up. So
Yeah.
I bow down to you.
Oh, thank you.
So what inspired you to get into dog photography or pet photography in general?
Okay, so long story, medium story, short story. Which one?
Long
Whatever.
story.
Yeah. You take your
We're on
girl,
a-
this is your time.
Yeah.
We're on a talking show.
Milk it.
So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. We should talk. Okay. All right. One of my favorite things to do is talk.
Us too.
A little, well, let's see. Last year, my husband and I moved to Florida. We had moved from Wisconsin. A year and a half prior to that, we moved to Wisconsin from St. Louis. So we've moved 3 times in almost 4 years, 4.5 years, something like that. Somebody do the math for me, I don't know. But so when we left St. Louis, where we're mostly from, both of us are mostly from, I decided that it was a good time to kind of make a break in careers and focus my attention in building a photography business. Okay. So interestingly, Stacy, I started in real estate photography.
Mhm.
But you know, what's this saying that John Lennon has in one of his songs, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And sometimes when you take a step out of your comfort zone and kind of out of from what you deemed as normal, things open up. And it's so fun to see it happen. But anyway, so my husband had stayed behind in St. Louis for a few months while I was up in freezing cold Wisconsin.
He did
I
that
bet
on
you were,
purpose.
yeah, I bet you were super jealous.
Yeah. No, but I love snow. He hates it. So it was
Ah.
anyway. So I didn't know anybody up there except my daughter, and that was one of the reasons why we moved up there. So in my spare time, I always been a photographer. I took pictures of landscapes, took my kids pictures and stuff when they were growing up. And so the only living thing in the house that really cared anything about what was going on was my dog Dexter. So I started taking pictures of him. And it was like, it just made sense. And it just like came to my heart one night after I had gotten a new lit lens. I was playing around with a kit lens and I got a 50 millimeter for my camera. And I took a picture of him and it was like, I have to do this. I have to do this. This is my path. And so I had a friend up there who had a horse that she's in dressage with her horse. And she said, come up to the barn and take pictures of the horses. And so I went up there as much as I could, you know, and it was just like heaven. It just fills my heart, my soul, every cell of my body when I'm out there and I'm taking pictures of these beautiful beings that give us so much of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt that that's the direction that I needed to head. So I started building kind of the administrative part of the business while I was in Wisconsin, while I was still taking pictures and stuff, and had a few clients. And when we decided to move to Florida, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue building the business. I got to restart it now, but oh, well, you know, so what? So we got here and I hit the ground running because I had a website already built and the back end stuff kind of already done. But I soon found out that Florida's hot.
Yes.
And
That's our little secret.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to shoot all year round, but it's just like there's parts of the year where it's just awful here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, unless you've experienced it like in July and August, you don't really know the heat. Like you could visit,
yeah,
but unless you've like lived in the thick of it like we do,
yeah, like right
like,
now.
ugh.
It's
Yeah.
awful. And no dog
You get-
the outside panting while I'm trying
Yeah.
to get the temperature. It's just like, let me inside. So that's why I decided to have a studio as well as kind of an alternative in those months,
Mhm.
and have a place to call home base. And Clearwater, Dunedin area is kind of my little area that I've marketed to mostly, because we live in Pinellas Park. But we hope to one day live in Dunedin.
Dog eating. So Carol, you mentioned Dexter and you told me before that he has his own Instagram page. Is that right?
He does.
So
Yeah.
if our listeners want to check him out and all his cute little photos, where would they find that at?
Dexter the Schnorky. So Dexter, Dexter, and then Schnorky, Schnorkie. Most of the
Dexter.
photos are
it just pops right up. Aww.
most of the photos are iPhone photos, but because
I'm already following him.
oh, thanks. So he has a very judgy appearance, and
Yeah.
with those little old man eyebrows, like get off my
Oh my gosh, this one. Oh boy, look at that face, and it's talking too. Like, and it looks like it's swearing at me. Like somehow just like get out of my face, you
cute.
Yeah,
little
told you.
kids.
So cute.
Yeah, he's my model. He's my inside model dog because he hates it when I take him outside to take pictures. He's just like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, he does have such. He has a Abe Vigoda eyebrows.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what it is.
yes, yeah.
Cute.
And I'm very particular about how those are trimmed when he goes for grooming.
Do you have like a voice for Dexter that you like picture he says stuff? Maybe I sound totally crazy.
I do. How do you
No, we all think all of our pets have voices. Mine has a slightly deep French voice. Hello, my
Goku?
lay meow, lay meow, everybody lay meow. Like
Yeah,
I always think he's like smoking and like hates everybody. Like hello.
I could see that. I could see
I
that
am
with
stuck
Goku.
up cats.
No,
Lay meow.
Dexter's is kind of low and gruff. You know, he's just like, hey,
You kids, get off my yard.
there's
I can
somebody
see
outside.
that.
You should check it out.
That fits him very well.
Yeah,
Like an old timey detective.
Yeah.
Aw.
yeah. Dad, walk. Come on, walk.
Oh my god, that face. I love those eyebrows. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like how he has eyebrows.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
What are Cooper's and Ravioli's voices, if you would have to guess?
Cooper has a British accent. So
Well, that's why they get along,
proper.
the French and the British.
he's very proper. So he'll be like, ooh, Father, I need some water. Can you give me some water? Mommy's not giving me water.
Oh, I could totally see that.
And then Ravioli has more of, Ravioli has more of like a dumb hound voice, like a
Ooh.
like a
Hi guys.
Water?
Like Goofy?
Water?
Is it like Goofy?
No, it's like,
I got your water.
I can't even. I can't.
It's in
do
your
it now.
head.
I can't. I know. Now I'm like gonna do it like you guys were doing it, which isn't.
I'm sorry.
Time for my snacks now, guys. Can I have my snacks?
Oh, I love it. Like, oh guys. Yeah, I totally see that with Ravioli too. See, dogs do have personalities.
I know.
Well, animals in general, they have to have voices inside their heads.
They have to.
Do you have your favorite dog pet photography session that you've ever done? Do you have like a favorite in there?
Actually, I do. So, Devin Papas with Harbor Life Living Magazine, she brought in her teddy bear girl named Macy and into the studio. And we had, I think she was like 4 months at the time. She was dressed, and Tia, if you look at my Instagram, it's the picture of the white dog with the black dress on with the black background and the crown on her head. And
I have to look that up.
4 months old, and she was super, super duper tiny. And she, in the middle of the photo session, she fell asleep.
Oh.
She just like passed out, and we could not wake her for nothing. So she was just toast, you know. And I had been giving her tiny little treats, and she's a tiny little girl, so the treats are real tiny because I didn't want her to get too full. And Devin's like, "What did you give her?" I'm like, dried liver.
Did you pull a There's Something About
adorable.
Mary and
Oh,
like
I
wrap
can't.
Xanax inside of? Oh, did
With
you
my
find
virtual
it? Okay.
background,
Yes.
it's hard to see, but
Yes.
it's so cute.
Hold on.
Is she
Let me
cute?
s-
That
How
was
far
at the
down?
very beginning of the photo shoot.
Oh. How
She's
far
just like-
back is it?
This is March 23rd.
Yeah,
Let
and
me
then
see where-
Devin is pictured in a chair with Macy sitting next to her, and that's where she's like totally passed out.
Oh.
It was so fun. I was cracking up the whole time.
Can I just say, just looking through your Instagram, like you have such a great eye for all of them. Like, and obviously there's photoshops involved in photography photos, but just the poses and the facial expressions that you get on them, like you really do are like a dog whisperer. Like,
Yes, yeah.
I
She
mean,
is the Dog-Tog.
she is. You are the DogTog. I mean, like, and how did you capture this perfect moment? Like, it's just so.
Peanut butter on that one, I think. Yeah.
See, it's all the
That's a little
tricks.
trick of the trade right there.
Man, I just gave
I
it
know, you gave it away.
I think a lot of people knew peanut butter, but it's okay. We can cut that out. We don't have to let everyone know your secret.
Yeah. You know what? I think because if you saw what I looked like after a photo session, I do not look like this after a photo session. I mean, I don't even wear makeup to a photo session because I'm totally sweaty and dirty and funky looking and probably not smelling the best because I will
Dog hair
do
on you.
whatever it takes to get it done. I'm lying on the ground. I'm rolling around on the ground. I'm standing in
Roll
water.
with the dog.
I just,
Roll.
you know, it just, I do what it takes because I want to make sure that expression and that attention is there.
Mhm.
So I'll do whatever it takes. And most people don't want to do that.
That's true.
It does seem to take a lot of patience,
Yeah.
like, to be able to do that.
So, Carol, why did you join the Dunedin Chamber?
Well, when we moved here, I needed to decide where my people were, right? Where people would appreciate artwork and the things that I do. And I just found that Clearwater and Dunedin were kind of the place I wanted to live, one. So, and I found that, then I found Dunedin in the Dog Eden, and, just how much everybody just loves their animals in that area. And I just felt drawn there. And that's the direction it went.
Yeah, makes sense. Dog Eden, Dog-Tog, perfect fit.
Exactly. You're meant to be. So my favorite question, maybe because I'm the one who chose it, is where would you time travel to? Because it is possible. I'm not going to say if, because I do believe in time travel.
First of all, I would get out of this COVID mess. Okay. I'd get on the other side of that.
That's a theme.
where birds are chirping and butterflies are flickering and people are hugging each other again, and they're discovering hugs for the second time in their life, and now they're really grasping it. Human touch, human conversation, being civil to each other. That's where I want to time travel to. And then if I were to travel back, I would go back to the beginning of time and ask why plant those big freaking roaches that are
palmetto
bugs. Why?
The flying cockroaches.
What? Why? I don't.
Yeah, we don't know either.
No one knows. No one can tell me why, and I just think that there was a mistake making.
Do they even eat other bugs, or?
And where is there a hole in my house? How do they? Where?
Wait, they get into your house?
Yes.
They get in everyone's house.
No, I haven't had a fly. I've had
I
cockroaches,
guarantee.
but I haven't ever had a flying cockroach in my house.
I guarantee that.
They fly.
All the wood in the world.
Yes.
They fly.
They fly.
Oh yeah, the palmetto bugs fly. Regular cockroaches don't fly. The palmetto ones will fly.
There's another ask here. Why did you give them wings?
Clarify.
I don't know. But when you find out the answer to that, when you return from your time travel, make sure you let us know.
I will try to stop whatever it was.
Yeah.
Stop the palmetto bug.
Kill the first one, and then there'll be no more.
Whatever llamas, fine. Lizards, okay. Octopuses, all right. Palmetto, no. I'll just go.
I mean, I will say one positive about them. They provide a good crunchy for my dog Cooper. He does like to chew on them on the porch when he sees them. But then again, I don't really want to be near him after that happens, because I don't like when he does that and then comes over and like licks me.
No.
Oh, of course. That's exactly what they want to go and do. You know that cockroaches can survive like nuclear holocaust? So that the cockroaches that he's eating have probably been sprayed to the bone with with pesticides, and now he's eating pesticides.
This makes them even more evil. See, they probably they're going to destroy human beings someday.
They'll outlast us.
They have a
Twinkies
mission.
and cockroaches are the only two things that will survive a nuclear blast. So
oh my God,
cockroaches will live off Twinkies.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. I would time travel and try to stop. What are they? Palmetto
bugs.
Trying to call.
And it sounds so
plantains.
nice too, right? Like
Plantains.
it sounds like
Plantains
a
are
lovely,
good. Palmetto.
yeah.
I thought that's where you were going with it for a second. I was like, wow, you really hate plantains.
No, plantains are good.
I thought you were going to say why does a plantain look like a banana?
Exactly. We were all wondering about this plantains you were about to say.
No, bug. It's the bug.
Thank you for doing a social justice in your time traveling. That's really kind of you
Yeah.
to get rid of those.
I'm
But what if
sacrificing, a little time travel for you guys. Just, thank me later.
But what if you kill that one, and because of that, you've actually created something far worse and larger?
What is
like
wrong with you?
Like a cockroach that's this big
Even
with wings and fire breathing.
Why?
Because
no. See,
I don't even.
It's the butterfly effect.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about this. I'm fast forwarding to the next question.
And
I'm gonna
moving on.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight about flying like gigantic palmetto bugs. Thanks so much, Tia, for planning that in
You're
my
welcome.
brain.
Look.
So, Carol, I hear that you've recently launched a book project, which is very exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I know. So I'm involved with a pet photographers community on Facebook, and in particular, a lovely woman by the name of Caitlin McCall, and she started a Tales of the World series. So imagine an exciting encyclopedia thing, right? So she is in Australia, and she has done Tales of Brisbane, I think it was. The idea behind the book was to help pet rescues raise money for pet rescues. So I decided to jump on board, and I'm doing Tales of the Suncoast. And so anywhere from Newport Richey all the way down to St. Pete, dogs of all sizes and age, and they don't have to have come from a rescue, but people register their animal, and half of their registration fee goes straight to Pet Pal Animal Shelter in St. Pete.
That's great.
I know.
I love that.
And so it could be, and I have a variety of locations for people to choose from. So up north,
that's good.
Is like Sims Park in Newport Richey, the Cody River right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Clearwater Beach, of course. And then I have Dunedin downtown on a Sunday morning. And in different times, best times of the day and stuff like that. Then East Beach and Fort DeSoto. Yeah, so a bunch of different places to choose from, and I'm shooting from September to the end of January for these sessions, and then I'll take some time to design the book, and then the book will come out the middle of next year.
And how many total are you going to be doing?
40 to 50 spots are available, and each dog will get their own double-page spread, and I'll be able to tell their story in it. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, that is awesome. I love that.
That's adorable.
And so they'll be forever memorialized in a book about our area. So then out of those 40 to 50 registrants, I get to pick who's going to be on the cover.
Oh.
Ooh. You should do a pet costume contest for them to really pull out the stops to see which one
or like a beauty contest, like a America, but Mr. Dog.
Or the dog show.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe
a mini dog show in Dunedin.
Yeah, so there's a couple ideas that I have that I haven't flushed them completely out yet about the cover, but yeah, you could potentially have your own dog on the cover of a book.
That's awesome.
It's going to be part of a series taking place from around the world.
That's really cool.
So cool.
I know. Yeah, so I'm so freaking excited about this book. I can't even tell you. I've always wanted to write a book, and it just called to me because pet photographer, and I like to write, and it just made sense. And I can't wait to tell stories of dogs because they're the best. They've given us so much during this crazy freaking year we're living in.
Absolutely.
And I just think they just need to be memorialized and forever captured with beautiful photography. So, yeah.
I agree. And you are the woman to do it.
Woohoo!
How can somebody find your business or contact you if they are interested in getting a puppy and or horse photo shoot?
I am on the World Wide Web at www.dog-tog.com. And then on social media, I'm at dog.tog.fl on social media, Facebook and Instagram.
All right, Carol, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so much fun, and we can't wait to share all of the awesome photos that you sent us with our listeners on our Facebook page. So if you're listening, be on the lookout for those, which we'll be posting soon. And then, of course, go ahead and follow Carol on social media so you get to see all of her pics once they're taken, as well as Dexter the Schnorky with his little Abe Vigoda eyebrows.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like Stacy said, thank you so much for being with us today. This has been a hoot.
It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Carol, for being on Chamber Chatter this month. We really appreciate you talking to us and showing us your adorable back wall with all of your cute, cute puppies. And if you are interested in getting some pet photography, I would definitely contact her because it's not as easy as it sounds.
So we've got some events coming up in October. We actually have quite a few things going on, Tia.
Oh, yes, we do. And I will start it off with the Dunedin Chamber Young Professional events that we've got going on. A little out of order, but I think y'all can follow along. So on October 6th, we will be doing a speed networking with the Fenway. That is tomorrow night. It is a ticketed event. It starts at 5:30 to 7:30. Tickets are $15, which includes a drink and the most beautiful sunset in Dunedin, might I add. We get exclusive use of the rooftop, and you get to try out a unique way of networking by doing the speed networking. I've done it before. It's actually quite fun and a unique way of being able to talk to a lot more people in the short time that you have to network with them. So that's will be, as of this podcast, will be tomorrow night, October 6th from 5:30 to 7:30. Buy your tickets in advance. So buy them now. Next up for DCYP on October 15th, we have another before hours / network out. Is starting this month at 9 a.m. We will meet at Edgewater Park, and we will actually be having Michelle Whitley from Hoopla Fun and Fitness. We'll be teaching a hula hoop class and bringing plenty of extras. If you own one, bring one. So she will be out there at 9, so that's 9 to 10. And then at 10 o'clock, we will meet over at Tuckrow Coffee, and that's where we will do our networking part until 11. So we will see you out there on October 15th at 9 a.m. And then for Dunedin Chamber events, Stacy, take it away.
And then on October 20th, we have a Coffee Break Academy. The topic this month is the 6 steps to success. And that will be with speaker Dick Powell, the leadership wrangler from the Florida Incubators. He was actually our speaker a couple months back in August and talked about perfecting your elevator speech. And he was an amazing speaker. So I definitely recommend tuning into that October 20th. It's going to be on Zoom, 10 a.m. Register for that to get the Zoom link by going to the Chamber website or by going on your Chamber newsletter in your email box. And then on October 21st, we are doing another virtual ribbon cutting on our Facebook Live. So again, this is a virtual ribbon cutting, so you don't have to go anywhere. You just have to tune into the Chamber Facebook page at 11:15 a.m. on October 21st. For a ribbon cutting for Dunedin Candle Company. And then on October 22nd, we are having this month's After Hours, and that will be a mask parade ball. Mask parade. And that will be in the courtyard next to the chamber and also overflow behind the chamber at Cork and Beans and hosted by Done Classy Events. And also Hook, Line, and Drinker.
And also Cork and Bean.
Also Cork and Beans. And then finally on November 2nd is our next Chamber Chatter episode, which will feature Alan McHale of the Scottish American Society. And then I also wanted to mention that the ABC Networking Group meets the second and fourth Wednesday of the month, and Relationship Builders Networking Group meets the first and third Wednesday of the month. Both groups meet at noon. Relationship Builders meets at the Dunedin Golf Club. ABC meets on Zoom right now. So I did just want to mention, both T and I are part of the ABC Networking, and we are always looking for new members of our group. It is a referral group, so we do ask for you to attend at least one of the lunch meetings per month. But it's a great way to get referrals for your business. So if you want any additional information on either of those groups, just shoot an email to me and I can send you the contact information for the leader of each one of those groups and more information. And my email is Stacy, STACY, at DunedinFL.com. And finally, I'd like to say Happy Chamber New Year. We just celebrated with the 1st of October, the new chamber year. So thank you so much to all of our chamber board members whose terms just ended. And congratulations to our chamber board members who are starting their year off. Thank you to all of you who are volunteering for our board this year. And finally, I just wanted to mention that this month's Chamber Business Spotlight business is Iberian Import. And we did a video on them, a Chamber Spotlight video that can be seen on both the Chamber Facebook page and the Chamber YouTube channel. So check that out.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned. After we are done talking, we will have some interviews from last month's After Hours. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.